Hi everyone. I'm not going to put this video on Facebook or Instagram. I'm going to save this video for TikTok, YouTube, and Twitter. So today is July 19th, 2025. I'm in a hotel in Kenner, Louisiana. Tomorrow, I'm going back to Mexico. Now, a lot of people have told me that there's people in Mexico that want to hurt me and that want to do me harm. I have not gotten any direct threats saying, hey, if you don't stop, we're going to kill you. But I have had a lot of people tell me to leave it alone and to move on, and that there's a lot of people that want to do me harm. Now, I will not stop. I'm going to do what's right. My apartment was robbed by the landlord and the building administrator and whoever else they're involved with. They took 100% of my belongings. I have nothing because they took everything. They also moved me out of my apartment illegally. I went home and they were in the middle of robbing me. I ran to some lady's house, used her phone to call the police because my phone was dead. The police got there and they allowed them to just kick me out and not let me back for no reason. He looked at my notarized contract that I had, the police officer did, and he seemed to be on my side. And then he went and had a conversation with the apartment owner and the building administrator, and he came back and he was like, well, you gotta go. And if you don't go, I have to take you to jail. I'm like, what in the world did they tell you to make you come to that conclusion and break the law? So anyway, I'm going back to Mexico, and I am going to continue going to the human rights place, continue going to the Fiscalia, and I'm going to continue to stand for justice and do the right thing. Now, if for whatever reason you guys do not hear from me on my Facebook or my Instagram, my YouTube, my TikTok, that either means one, they killed me, or two, they put me in Mexican jail. Now, some of the things that they might try to say is that I had drugs or I had a gun. They took my fingerprints so many times, but yet nothing has happened. No, they haven't said that I did anything wrong. They brought me to jail for no reason, and then they brought me to immigration, and now I'm in America, and they said I can come back freely to Mexico, but they really don't want to do the right thing and return my money or return my apartment. So I'm worried that they're going to say, hey, look, we have this gun and it's got your fingerprints on it and it's yours. I think they might just try to make that up, or they might have like 10 pounds of cocaine or meth or some kind of drugs and say, oh, this is yours. Now, not the police, not anyone has said anything to me about me doing anything wrong or me being in trouble, okay? But I'm worried that they are going to try to make something up to put me in jail to stop justice from prevailing. So I'm making this video. If I disappear, and that means I'm either dead and Eric from the Fiscalia ordered them to kill me. He's the director of the Fiscalia in Yucatán, Mexico. Or it means that they got a gun and put my fingerprints on it, because I had to give my fingerprints so many times to immigration, to the police. They constantly took my fingerprints in different machines and in ink. So they might try to put my fingerprints on something and say it was mine. Now, obviously, this is not true. They wouldn't have just let me out of jail and let me back in America and let me go back to Mexico. Obviously, none of that is true. Or they might try to say that I deal drugs. No, I'm not a drug dealer. I've never done drugs. I've never dealt drugs. I don't own a gun. I've never owned a gun. I don't play with guns. But these people are determined to do the wrong thing and just be bad people. So it is my worry that they're going to try to plant a gun on me, or drugs, or say that they found it in my possession when they were in the apartment, or they found it somewhere and it had my fingerprints on it, or try to connect it to me in some way, or try to make me out. If they kill me, they might try to put me on the news saying I was in Mexico as a drug dealer. because they're going to try to do something. If they kill me, they're going to post some kind of story saying, oh, he was a bad person and this is why he got shot dead. Now, none of that is true. The truth is because they fraudulently removed me from my apartment, stole all my belongings, and most people in America, or most people would be like, oh, I'm in Mexico, they took everything, I'll just leave it alone. Not me. I'm going back to Mexico, to the courthouse, and to the courts, and to the Fiscalia, and to the human rights place, and I'm going to try to get my money back and get my stuff back, and find out why I was attacked and kidnapped by 4 PEI officers and put in jail. Because still, as of now, I have no idea why that happened. So I'm making this video in case I disappear in Mexico again. Either I'm dead or I'm in jail. I don't think I will be kidnapped by the cartel and held for ransom or anything. No, I think I'm either in jail or I'm dead. So call the U.S. consulate in Yucatán and call the embassy and do whatever you think you can do to help me if somehow I go missing. It means I'm wrongly in jail. Remember, I'm not a drug dealer. I've never dealt drugs, but they might try to say that. Or they might try to say I committed some kind of crime or I did something wrong. None of this is true, okay? They're just trying to do anything they can to not allow justice to prevail. Well, I'm hoping that everything goes well and nobody tries to kill me and they don't try to put charges on me or throw me in Mexican prison for any reason they can make up. Anyway, guys, wish me luck because I will be in Mexico tomorrow.